Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're having an excellent day. Today, we're going to talk about Evolve. Now, I don't know if you guys know this or even heard about this. Evolve is free to play on PC right now. A lot of you may have heard about this game and are probably thinking, hasn't it been out for like a year now? And you're probably correct, actually. Evolve came out in February 2015. It received pretty good reviews from critics, but it only had mediocre sales. And when summer came around, the game's player base was like pretty much dead. So to make the game relevant again, Turtle Rock Studios decided to make the game free to play. It's really a bold idea, and it seems to have worked because the developers claim that over 1 million new people have signed up for the game since they've made it free to play in July. So some of you may not be familiar with Evolve, so I'm going to break it down for you. In this game, you either take control of a hunter on a 4-man team, or you play as a monster. And you're probably thinking that, 4v1, how's that even fair? But basically, the monster gets stronger as the game goes on, and it gains power-ups. So basically, the longer the monster stays alive, the more powerful it's going to get. And it gets powerful by eating other creatures or clicking power-ups. And when it evolves into its final form, it has a really, really good chance of killing the other hunters. So every game basically begins the same way. 4 hunters are dropped onto a map and need to locate a monster. And, the monster is hiding in the jungle, so the hunters need to look for tracks or listen for the monster, make noise or scare away birds. When the hunters finally find the monster, they can launch this thing called a mobile arena, which basically traps the monster within a certain radius for a few minutes. And during this short period of time, the hunters can either kill the monster or deal a lot of damage to it. Or sometimes I've even seen, the monster's able to kill the hunters. But if the monsters are able to stay alive, then they can get stronger. So it's pretty much a cat and mouse game, but the longer the monster stays alive, the better chances it has of surviving. So I want to say that there are about 25 hunters in total, and each one is really unique. They have their own guns, abilities, and, specials. It's a lot like Overwatch, but instead of being able to pick, multiple attackers, you can only pick one character from each of the 4 classes. So you can only have one assault unit, one support unit, one medic, or something along those lines. So it's really interesting, and it encourages more diversity in the game, I feel. Every character and monster in the game felt really balanced and fair, but I will admit that there's a few hunters that are kind of boring. Like the one I'm using now has a cool weapon, but the abilities and specials this character has doesn't really have a massive impact on the battle itself. So at the end of each match, you are rewarded with credits, and since this is a free-to-play game, you can use these credits or tokens to unlock new skills, upgrades, characters, or skins. And you actually get to pick the specific skill or upgrade you want, or, it's a lot like Overwatch where you could actually buy what you want. You don't have to play a lottery. There's no mystery system involved. You pay for what you want up front. Now, it's a really cool progression system, but I feel the problem is with this system that eventually there's going to be a point where you've unlocked everything and there's nothing really left to grind for. So at this point, it becomes kind of tedious and boring, and there's not really much left to play for. But I mean, that's still a long, long way to go. Some of the other operators too are pretty expensive. Like, I really wanted to play as Hank, who is my favorite character from the beta, but it looks like he's like 5,000 credits, so it's really expensive to get him. And I guess that kind of encourages players to grind or play more if they want to unlock him. And if you're lazy, you can also buy, use real-world money to buy in-game tokens too. Anyway, this is a really cool game. It was really hyped, and I really feel it's a great concept on paper. The main problem is that hunting a monster can become a tedious task. A skilled player can easily dodge the hunters for several minutes and make them run in circles. And pretty much during this time, you're doing nothing. You're just running around in circles, listening for stuff, and it kind of gets boring, I'll be honest with you. People say it builds tension, but I just find it frustrating at times when all I want to do is find something to shoot. Anyway guys, Evolve is a game that I played in the alpha and beta phases. I thought it was okay then, and I still feel about the same way now. If this game wasn't free to play, chances are I wouldn't even be picking it up and even talking about it now. It's still a fun and unique game, but maybe it's a game that you would play for 30 minutes to an hour per session, and there also is no single player content, so that's another detractor from it. Anyways, I hope you guys liked this video. Thank you so much for watching. I've been grateful for all the support of lately, and, it just means a lot to me, guys. So please be sure to hit that like button or even that subscribe button if you want to hear more interesting content. Be sure to be safe and have a great day. Thank you.
On a long enough timeline, the survival rate for everyone drops to 0.